Right, we're back with another episode of the On The Bench podcast, episode 50, the big 5-0. And yeah, I'm proud we made it, man. Well done, brother. Thank
50.
You. 50, you know.
That's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Sean for coming on.
100% 50. What episode was I on then when I first came to the old studio?
Like 2?
10 or
That
so.
might have been early still. It was early.
Early doors, bro, man. But we've prevailed to 50. So
yeah, man, that's big.
Next up, 100, man. And
Yeah,
just
100.
keep going.
God willing.
And on today's episode, we're going to be doing the team of the season, young player of the season, player of the season, and also manager of the season. And obviously, Liverpool's won the league now.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's happy with that one.
Before I introduce everybody, what do you think? It was a hard league this year. What's your thoughts on the leagues? I haven't already spoken to you about the league this year. Like,
It's just been not competitive, innit? So when things ain't competitive, it's hard for people to get entertained by things because you wouldn't have said that Liverpool have entertained you and wowed you with their performances.
Yeah.
So for them to walk the league by as big of a gap, 67 points or something like that, I think Arsenal's on, isn't it?
Yeah.
When has the title contenders ever been? When has someone in second ever been on 67 for the league to be done this early? It's ridiculous. So yeah, it's been a boring year. It's not been entertaining, but
That's what I said. Yeah.
that's what I mean. Liverpool have got the COVID title and the most boring title. So
Another asterisk.
been
it's
saying
another
this.
asterisk. Most boring title, uncompetitive title, and the COVID title.
And in the COVID league, so
yeah,
nobody cares.
no one cares.
Well,
Sorry, guys.
There was that debate with the one gorilla against 100 men. It got more clout than Liverpool in the league.
Yeah, that was been more buzz over the weekend.
Literally.
Nobody's talking about it. It's
Not
like,
really.
nobody
No one really cares apart from Liverpool, innit?
That's what I'm saying. Nobody really cares. Even when they were on the lead in COVID, it was just like, oh.
Yeah.
So you got to do it again, guys, when it's more competitive. Yeah. All right, let me introduce you guys in here. All right, so on the bench today, to my left, we got Mr. Talk to Frank, a.k.a. Mr. Roy Keane, a.k.a. Mr. Grinch. What's happening there? What's up for you?
Do you know what? I got the Amarim hoodie on. I finally got it come through.
Oh, you got
man.
it?
Yeah, I
The
finally got
Amarim
it come
hoodie,
through.
Did they bust you?
I told you I was going to get
Did
it.
you email my man?
Nah. I had to go and find it myself. It took me ages, but I found it in here,
you
man.
got it, yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
Let me know what you think, guys.
And also on the bench today, we got Mr. Suga Shaun,
Yes.
the Chelsea man,
Yep.
family friend,
Yep.
podcasts. He's one of the like.
I'm around. I float around.
Yeah,
I float.
He's on a
I
few
float.
podcasts,
I
but
float.
He's an OTB benchwarmer member as well. Mr.
Always.
Chelsea man. But I'll have to
Yeah,
come
man,
on
100%. I'm always available for you, man.
All right,
Come on.
so let's go. Let's jump into this team of the season. Who we gonna start with?
So, do you know what we should do?
Yeah.
We should do 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay, you wanna
Because
mix up.
otherwise, we're all gonna like, you know what I mean? Because if you do your team, and then everyone's gonna be copying.
We're gonna do
everyone.
goalkeeper.
Yeah, should we do that then?
Yeah, that's what
All right,
we're
let's
doing.
start.
We do their goalkeepers and then left
All right.
backs, right backs. We'll start with you.
You want to start with me? All right. So I've gone for Matt Sells in goal.
Wow.
Goalkeeper of the year. He's only missed one game this season for Forest. I think at the start of the season, he was in competition with another goalkeeper. Do you know, I'm sorry, I can't remember his name, but Sells is like fully established now. He's had a great season. Watched him in a lot of games. He's got 13 clean sheets this season as well. I think the second highest in the league.
No, it's the highest.
No, highest, yeah.
He's the most
Is he the
clean
highest?
sheets.
Is it?
Yeah,
I thought it was.
No, it's Sells.
Oh, it is Sells.
Yeah, Sells,
okay,
yeah.
well, even better then. He's just had a phenomenal season, and I think some of the saves he's made have been incredible, but he's also made good saves at crucial times as well in the games for Forest, and kept them in games or kept them in the lead. So yeah, I've gone for Sells this season, man.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, similar to what Frank said, I've got Sells, 13 clean sheets. I do like Raya this season. I do believe he's made some incredible saves for Arsenal.
Yeah.
He's been brilliant this year. You can see why Arteta wanted him, but Sells obviously got the most clean sheets, so I'm going to go with Sells. Sean?
I actually had Raya in there.
You had Raya?
Yeah. Flecken, Sells, Raya, they all had very similar save percentages. Like even if you look at save percentages, that's why I don't really look at stats because even Robert Sanchez has crazy save percentage rate anyway. It's like 72, 73% for Matt Sells or 75 and it's like 73 for everyone else, 72. So when you look at save percentages and stuff like that, I don't really look at those things. I just look at who do I think is the best goalkeeper this year and who do I think has pulled off probably the better saves. I don't think it's been a glaringly obvious goalkeeper this year that's clawed points for teams out of the bag. Like I know Matt Sells has done well, but Nottingham Forest have also just done well defensively.
Yeah, they have.
With how they play with the back five. So it's like he's a bit protected by the way that they play their system. But for me, I just think Raya is just he just gives me more in the league, knowing that this guy's capable of saving shots if it does get to that stage.
Yeah.
And he has pulled off good saves anyway.
Pulled off some
So it's
brilliant
like,
saves, yeah.
between the three of them, I wouldn't really mind either because I've liked Flecken as well. So
Yeah,
it's
he's had a
like,
good season.
I just went for Raya, but I don't think it's like a glaringly obvious goalkeeper pick. So I went for Raya.
What was it this season that Ryan made that double save? Was that in the league?
It's this season,
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Double
No,
saves.
I mean, again, like you said, Raya was a very
Yeah.
close second for me.
All right, cool. We're gonna go left backs, yeah.
Yeah, you want to go next?
I'll go first. I got Robinson, Fulham.
Oh, you went Robinson, yeah?
Yeah, 10 assists. He's got the most assists.
Fair play.
For I think defender this season.
How many appearances has he had? Do you know?
I don't know.
Do you know what? He plays pretty much every game.
He
for
played
us.
most games. I think he's going to Liverpool. He's been linked to Liverpool this year.
I think someone else is going to Liverpool, but we'll come to that.
You're talking about Bournemouth, yeah, but yeah, he's been good, man. I've been to a couple of Fulham games as well.
Yeah.
We got the Fulham fans. What's her name again? The burger lady at Fulham. Can't remember her name.
That's nice.
So
isn't
bad.
it?
Sorry, man. Oh, sorry,
So
man.
bad on names.
Sorry
isn't
about
it?
the name, but yeah, we got the Fulham fans, and yeah, he's been good, man. When I watch him live, he's lively.
He has been brilliant, yeah.
Like I said, he's got the most assists.
He's a captain as well, isn't he now, Fulham? Well, he's captained him a lot this season anyway.
He's been good.
He's got 0 goals, 10 assists, isn't he?
Is that what he's got?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's got double-digit assists.
Fair enough. How about you, Sean? Left back?
For left back, for me, it was another position where I thought it was like between three players. But for me, I'm just probably going to edge it towards Robinson as well, personally, because it was between Kirkes, Robinson, and Cucurella for me, because I think all three of them have been very good this season. But Robinson's just when you look at Fulham, between the three is when I look at their performances, they've been great. But then I say to myself, who's probably been the most effective or most important to their side of the three? And I think he's definitely been the most important of the three to their sides. Cucurella's been massive for us. Kirkes, I think he's had a good season, but I'm not super sold on Kirkes. I'm surprised that he's been linked with so many clubs, but.
He's a
good
baller,
player.
man.
Good player. He's very active. When I saw him at the bridge, very active. But he was all right. He never wowed me. I'm more kind of like wowed by the other two players beside him.
How old is Cucurella? Sorry,
Cuckoo's got to be around 26 now, isn't he?
Okay,
20, is
fair.
he 26?
20,
Yeah.
I can check it now. One second. I think so.
He could even be older than that. To be fair,
See-
he's been around for a long time.
You say that, and he's young. He's just been playing from young. One sec.
Go on.
You checking it?
No, I was checking something else.
26. Yeah, he's 26.
So he's 26. Yeah, he's been around for a while. But Cucurella for us, I think he's been massively important for the system of
cold,
how
man.
we play in the attack.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
But defensively, he also gets at people. I don't like to always pick my players because it makes it look like as if I'm biased towards my players. But when I look at
Frank, innit?
Cucurella, it's like there's only 2-3 players for my team that I think are massively influential, and we're up there. So, yeah, I would side with Robinson because I think he's been the most effective for his side.
Well, to be honest with you, I had Cucurella second. And the reason why I had Cucurella second is not just because of if you look at Chelsea, you started off the season on fire. Everyone's talking about, can they win the league? Do you remember?
Yeah.
But then there was a massive drop-off. But you know what? He's one of the players that didn't drop off.
Yeah, he
His
didn't drop
performances stayed
Yeah,
consistent.
he did.
That's why I was really impressed with him. And obviously, coming off the back of a great Euros as well, he was one of the players of the tournament. He was my second. But I have gone with Kirkes at left back. He's got 34 appearances, 2 goals, 5 assists, 8 clean sheets. You know what it is? I love watching this Bournemouth team play. I've watched him a lot. And do you know the one thing I love about him is he's up and down, he's back and forth, he's tenacious, and he works a lot, and he's still young.
Yeah.
And he was linked with United, but then we went for Dorgu because we couldn't afford Kirkes. And Liverpool, there's a reason why Liverpool want him. And Liverpool's sort of whole process of recruiting players now, they're not going to go and spend 40-50 million pound on a left back if they don't think that he's going to be really, really good for their system. So I'm a big fan of Kirkes. I've gone with him.
I think that's why they've gone for him though, because of the work rate. Because there's the one thing that stood out for me is the work rate from him when he played against us. But
and he's still young, by the way.
Yeah, he's young. He's 22.
I think 20 or 21 or 22.
21
maybe,
or something like that. Yeah,
he's young.
He's young as well. But I look at that Bournemouth team and I'm like, there's so many players in there that I would probably have ahead of him in terms of their effectiveness or their importance to their team, importance to Bournemouth especially. But it's another one. I think that it's between them three.
Yeah, fairs. All right.
All right, left side is centre back.
We're going, right back.
Are we going right back or are we going left side centre back?
Is that what we're doing? Left centre back.
Oh yeah, we got to go VVD in it.
Yeah.
Left side is centre back.
Yeah.
He plays
left.
Yeah, he plays left.
Yeah, he does play left. He does play.
Yeah, he
Because
plays
Konate
left.
plays on the right.
Konate
next to
plays
him.
right
Yeah.
centre back. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's. Do you know the thing is for me though? I'm playing two centre backs regardless. I'm not giving it. I don't care about sided centre backs.
Yeah. Same.
My two
Yeah.
have to be
Yeah.
the two who they are. So VVD is guaranteed in there, and it's. I think everyone's got the same two centre backs.
I don't know.
Maybe.
about that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, well, he won't. He
don't-
won't.
I've got honourable mentions in my locker.
Yeah.
Like I've loved.
I had one, but I scribbled them out. But we'll
Yeah?
see.
Well,
see it as good, yeah.
Well, for the other side of the centre back, I had good shouts for him, but I can't oversee the two centre backs that I've got in the team. In it's quite clear for me.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, my left side is centre back's Gabriel.
Yeah, of course. that's the two. They're the two obvious.
Is that what you've gone?
Yeah, like it's got to be Gabriel VVD for me. Like,
okay.
other than like honourable mentions for me is I'm massively a big fan of not even Milinkovic, but Milinkovic has been very good. But I've been Zabani. Like so many people talk about Huijsen for this Bournemouth side, and I'm way more sold on Zabani because he's more of the aggressor. He is the one that wants to go and engage, wants to make the challenges. He was like the Carvalho in the Terry Carvalho kind of system.
He got sent off as well, didn't he, because of that?
Yeah, do you know what I mean? But like that's what I mean. But he is the engager. But like I really like him, and at 22, I think he's a little bit further down the line in terms of development and experience than Huijsen. But I think everyone's so excited with Huijsen because he's got the Juve CV resume.
And he's gonna.
He's 19.
He's young.
He's a bit younger.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like looking at him.
Spanish.
Yeah, and because he can play on the ball, they're looking at him like he can dictate. He's a better passer of the game. People like these passing
Aesthetically
centre-backs
pleasing
more.
defenders.
Yeah,
innit?
because when it comes to like defenders, I like people like Konate. Konate is an aggressor. He's hard to beat. He goes out to people, engages. Same with Van Dijk. He'll go out and he won't. As much as he might backtrack sometimes, he likes to engage.
He's not afraid to engage.
Yeah, Gabriel don't like to shy away from things.
Gabriel's done
Saliba
stuff,
doesn't
yeah.
really like to shy away. But people are so sold on these centre backs, and it's like how Colwill was gassed. Colwill was gassed because at Brighton he was the ball playing centre back. He looks easy on the eye. It looks all right when he's covering into space when the ball goes over the top. It looks easy. So yeah, I'm more excited about Zabani. Milenkovic as well also been massive.
So mine is Gabriel. He's a big part in our set pieces in the beginning of the
No,
season.
100%.
Yeah.
Brilliant defender. Aggressive.
He's played enough to be in his team.
Yeah.
And when you think it costs, what, 30 mil? It's crazy,
very
isn't
not
it?
cheap.
In today's market.
Do you know what? I said this before, like, people go on about Saliba, yeah? Saliba's good, but
Yeah.
people don't really give Gabriel his ratings, I don't think.
He
man,
has
in that
been the
Arsenal
most.
team.
He's been the most like. He's come on from a lot.
Yeah.
He was seen as a bozo.
Yeah, he
At
was.
first-
Yeah.
For a very long time.
Exactly, and he stepped
So
up his game.
to appreciate where he's developed,
Yeah.
a lot of people need to show appreciation to Gabriel's
100%,
development.
man.
The only thing I will say to counter that is when Arsenal lost, was it last season or the season before when you lost Saliba to injury?
I think season before.
Was it the season
Yeah,
before?
season before,
You
yeah,
fell
yeah.
apart
Yeah,
when
yeah.
Saliba got injured.
It was
Yeah,
Chambers
but that's
coming
because
in, though, innit?
Gabriel was clumsy though that season.
Yeah.
Okay, so
why as
you're
well,
saying
yeah.
in that
Who
in that
came
time
in
he's
to
pulled up.
partner with him though? Was it Chambers? No.
Yeah.
Oh, was that what it was?
Chambers, it was Chambers.
Because
Chambers,
Kivior's
yeah.
been good. Kivior's been good. Yeah,
yeah,
he scored
solid.
the other day as well, didn't he?
Kiri had a good performance in the Champions League still.
Yeah,
It was-
he
it
did,
was-
yeah,
it was
he's
been
decent.
quite
good,
solid.
Yeah.
Well,
Who you got?
I've got Milenkovic. You know what? I've actually got, as you can see, I've got 2 or 3 Forest players in there. Like, I'm so impressed with Forest this season. You know, Milenkovic cost £12 million from Fiorentina. He's 30 years old. This season he's played 32 games, so he's only missed a couple of games. 4 goals, 2 assists, 13 clean sheets, obviously alongside Matt Sells. And I was looking at, because I was thinking about Murillo as well, because I'm
Murillo,
a
he's
big
got
fan of
his
him.
ball as well.
But then I looked at him. I think Murillo's played a couple of games less than Milenkovic. And he's kept 11 clean sheets. So that tells me that when Milenkovic plays, they always keep a clean sheet. Do you know what I mean? When they keep a clean sheet, he's a big cog in that. And I just feel like he's been immense, man. And a bit like what you're saying, I'm used to growing up watching Nemanja Vidic. And he reminds me of Vidic.
Yeah,
he
I
actually
like his
said,
style.
he goes, what was it? His top 5 players ever, first 3 are Nemanja Vidic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it's with him, it's like the system as well. You have to kind of look at sometimes. Sometimes they play that back 5. So the back 5 tax gets a bit...
Yeah.
People just look at it and they're like, oh, it's back 5. But you do have to appreciate how their performance is. Because it's weird. Like, Saliba's seen as world class, but Gabriel's been clear best defender this year. And the same way with Murillo. Murillo is seen as the better centre half, but
Milenkovic
Milenkovic has had the better year. So it's like, it's good to see that people have stood up in their pairings when they're not as valued as the other person beside them.
And remember one thing: where did Forest finish last season? 17th.
Yeah.
This season they're battling. You know what? Even if Forest end up with a Europa League or Conference League,
massive.
like unbelievable.
I want them to get the Champions League though.
Yeah, same.
They deserve
Absolutely.
everything.
Yeah. But do you know what? That was that left centre back? Was
Yeah,
that
left centre-back, yeah.
Okay,
So
sorry.
right
so
side.
take everything that I've just said for the right centre back.
Yeah.
Because my left centre back is VVD.
Yeah.
Self-explanatory, ever present this season. Played every single game. Obviously, he's a Premier League winner now as well, and it's speaks for itself.
he's
We don't
been
need to
solid
talk
this
about
year.
it
Yeah,
too
you
much,
have to put him in.
You have to put him in.
Yeah, he rolled back the years this year.
Yeah, he did. He did.
So yours is.
Yeah, it's VVD and
so
Gabriel
Mine's
as well, yeah.
VVD. Yes. All right, we'll go to right
Right
back.
back.
You.
We got me, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, I've got... Do you know what? I was actually going to go with all Forest and go with Aina, but I've not gone with him.
Oh, you
I've gone
didn't?
with Daniel Munoz for Palace.
I was gonna put him in as well.
Yeah, even though he's playing more of a wing back rather than a right back, I feel like, for me, I love South American players in a team. I feel like every team, if you're going to be successful, you need to have a South American player in your team. Because technically they're brilliant. Temperament, they just bring something different, and just attitude, work rate, tenacity. They've got that something about them, and obviously he's very much like that. He's got he's only missed one game this season for Palace. We know how good Palace have been. 4 goals, 4 assists, 10 clean sheets this season, and we've seen he's had a really, really good season. So I've gone for Munoz.
I've gone for Aina.
You've gone for Aina.
Yeah, I'm for Aina. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm surprised with that one.
Why?
Yeah, because he's missed a few games.
Well,
now,
I'm
hasn't he?
surprised from Jayden because I'm thinking I know who.
What, you Timber?
Timber.
Yeah,
You reckon?
I've got him at right
Yeah,
back.
he's had a good
Timber's
season.
been solid, but I don't know, man.
He's
I feel like Aina has been good.
Do you know what
Yeah,
the maddest thing is?
Yeah.
He's just like, it's like with the Raya situation. He might not have had the more clean sheets, or he might not have had the most appearances, and he might not have been as clearly obvious as the best player this year, but he just oozes class. And when you look at him, you're like, this man don't get beat. He's great on the ball.
Yeah.
You can't really beat him.
Yeah.
You can't beat him. Man for man, he stands them up. Passing ability, he's got everything.
He's
And
a
it's
bit
like-
sloppy though.
Yeah, but
he is a bit
but
sloppy.
He likes
Yeah.
he likes risky passes. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
I don't mind people that take risky passes and stuff like that, but they're people that want to be. I feel like the football's got so boring nowadays. It's become very systematic and
is,
it's
yeah.
very ball possession based along centre backs, like what Gary Neville tried to highlight on Sky Sports. But I like people that take a little bit of a risk. It's like what we had on the weekend. It's like Lavia being back in the team, and just even though he did misplace a couple passes, I missed that. So plays like Timber, for me, I think he's just one of those ones that I think he's the obvious right back. Again, it's another position for me where it's just there's 3 people up for
There's
this
a
year.
few
It's
people,
Aina.
yeah.
For me, it's just Aina, Munoz, and thing. But Munoz is another one who's another system player where it's another back 5 tax. So it's because he's on the right wing back thing and he's up and down and he gets to be involved in the goals. That's why his goals will look a lot more contributional than other normal standard right backs.
Because he's getting forward a lot more.
He's getting a lot
obviously,
more forward. He's a great, but again, you can't take that away from him. So you have to give him props if he's in a right wing back position or right back.
He's
kind
doing
of
his
have
job.
to, you have to
doing his
appreciate
job,
what he's doing. So you just have to look at the pros and cons of what each player has to play within that system. So the right wing back has to do what he's doing, and he's been doing well at it.
Yeah.
So same way with me with Timber as a right back, I think he's been solid.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you're spot on, because obviously we played a very similar system to Palace, but you look at Dallow's performances compared to Munoz.
Yeah.
I know who the standout is.
exactly.
You know what I mean? So it makes perfect sense.
Cool. CDM. I'm gonna go with Gravenberch. You have to.
We all know who he's going for. But
I've got 2 CDMs.
Oh no, I've got 2 CDMs. I've got
same.
3.
I was gonna go 3.
Do you know what the thing is? I was going to
Nah.
go 3 CDMs, but I'm not going to lie to you. I'm just telling you from now, my team is 4-2-2-2.
Okay.
Because
That's like Ranieri tactic, innit?
I don't think anybody in the league this year deserves to be in the 10.
I've
Yeah,
got a player
yeah.
in there.
Even my player,
Yeah, my player in there.
even my guy, I'm not having him
Palmer?
in the 10. Yeah, I'm not having him in the 10.
I've got a player in
don't-
the 10.
I don't think anybody this year deserves to be in the 10. That's what I was almost thinking. Should I just play? If you want to play 4-3-3, I'll just pick the 3 centre midfielders.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
for me, there's a guy that is in this team for me that I think he deserves to be in the team this year. And that's why I wanted to
gonna
play
find out.
the 2 forwards
That's why I
and the 2
put this. Is why I
wingers.
put it in my 10. I think he deserves to.
You're
be in
gonna.
it.
So you said Gravenberch.
I've got
yeah?
Gravenberch in CDM. Yeah. Who you got?
I've got Caicedo.
Yeah, I was so close to having Caicedo, but go on.
Yeah, I think Caicedo's been the best player,
He's been up there, yeah.
outside of Salah, in terms of influence in the team and his effectiveness in the team. Like I feel like we're putting him on an island every week with Enzo Fernandez in the team, because I'm like, Enzo in him, and then Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer's always up top, always floating in and around areas where he's not doing defensive work. He does do it. And Caicedo is in an island where you're asking, right, you need to cover 15 meters of space. Whereas normally, like, midfielders might only say, right, cover 7-8 meters of space. You got someone beside
He's doing
you.
a Kante job, isn't he,
He's
really?
doing a Kante job this year. So I've been like, everyone's now got to this stage of the season where, like, who's our best player in the team? Obviously, we know it's Cole Palmer. But who's been the most consistent player this year? Definitely been Caicedo.
Well, Caicedo, for me, your best players this season have actually been Cucurella and Caicedo. Your most consistent.
Yeah.
Who you got, CDM?
You know what? I've gone for two, so I'm going to go with Gravenberch as well. I'm going to mention Gravenberch first. Now, here's something interesting with Gravenberch. So he's played every game this season. All right, he's 22 years old. Okay, he's basically he's got no goals. He's got 4 assists. Obviously, that's not his job because he's playing as a 6 rather than an 8. Now, the one thing I wanted to mention about Gravenberch, and I'll come back to it later as well, he's only picked up 5 yellow cards in 34 games. That's 1 yellow card every 7 odd games. So that sounds like a silly stat, but the reason why I've mentioned it is because for the job that he's doing, I mean, who's the players around? Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. And remember, he's learning. He's 22 years old. He's a number 8, like I said. He's playing as a 6 for the first time, and he's done a phenomenal job. They've gone and won a league.
He's busted.
They've gone. Everyone was talking about Liverpool finishing 3rd, 4th, 5th. They've gone and won a league, and second half of the season, he's kind of been a steady Eddie, let's say. But the first half of the season, he was incredible. So that's why I've gone Gravenberch as the main 6, and
Caicedo.
Yeah,
I've got Caicedo.
You've got Caicedo.
Yeah, I haven't got Gravenberch in my team.
I swear.
Yeah. How? I've got his partner.
Do you know what? Yeah, that was another one I was going to put in there as well.
You reckon he's like this? He's like the.
I just think
under the radar.
Is just. It's so obvious that McAllister is on the brink of that kind of, I wouldn't say world class, but he's just on that top class level, because every team he plays in, he is massively influential for everything. In the World Cup campaign, I think he was like 3rd best player in his team. After Messi and Julian Alvarez, I was looking at McAllister. Because everyone hyped up. Because Enzo got young player of the tournament, I'm thinking, no, I didn't even really watch Enzo, and this is why I'm not sold on Enzo. But when I look at McAllister, I'm like, this guy here, he is the solid. He keeps everything solid with the midfield. Like, because obviously everyone's saying Gravenberch playing the 6, but the reason why Gravenberch has been able to play the 6 is because McAllister is such a tenacious midfielder in that midfield. He can get on the ball. He can break up play. He's highly intense.
Scores goals.
Bangers, he can offer. He can offer a lot of things throughout that midfield.
He's quality.
So it's like, for me, I just think Gravenberch had a very good start to the season, but for me, it's like with Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer had a great start to the half of the season. So did Gravenberch. I think towards the end of the season, I don't think he was as influential.
No, he
but
wasn't.
I think just McAllister, like you said, with consistency of performances throughout the season, I would probably go with McAllister. And my midfield's basically the Brighton link-up anyway from 2-3 years ago.
Who's your honourable mentions?
Well, you know what? I was close.
I know you're going to say.
No. I was calling in McAllister and Caicedo.
Who's you expecting?
Where is he?
I didn't say anything.
No, where is he though?
No. I'm not saying anything. Listen. I've not. Spoiler alert! I've not got any Man United players in my team because I don't care how good you've been to be 16th, 17th in the league or 15th in the league, whatever. You don't deserve to be in it. I was going to put Onana in goal. Now I'm joking. No, but I was actually going to go with McAllister, but the reason why I went with Gravenberch ahead of McAllister is because McAllister, he had a good season last season, but I feel like this season, because Gravenberch is playing as a 6, it's allowing him the platform. Because last season, especially towards the second half of in the second half of the season, I thought McAllister not dropped off, but he looked tired a lot of the time. You know what I mean? Whereas this season, he just looks like he stayed consistent. And as I said, I feel like for me, Gravenberch has given him the platform to do that. So that's why I've picked Gravenberch. But it's how you see football, isn't it?
No, of course. Because like Szoboszlai's in that 10, but I'm thinking so many people look at Szoboszlai this year and they're like, what's he giving us this year?
No, he's got
a bit better towards the end of the season, but throughout that majority of last year, towards the back end, and even the start of this year, people weren't really sold on Szoboszlai, especially the Liverpool fans that I know. So
he's a pressing machine, that guy.
Yeah,
and you know what? But it suits their style of play.
Yeah, of course.
It's the way they're playing.
That's how
like we've been saying, the 10 position is. apart from maybe one or two like Cole Palmer or whatever, no one's really, even Foden, last season.
Only Bruno and like you said with Bruno, like with Bruno and him, they're like the only real natural 10s I think that are left in the league, because Odegaard for me has been
more of an 8 as well.
Yeah, he's been more of an 8. Yeah. He's more of an 8 for me as a player anyway, and that's why that's why even you lot are starting to think about getting a 10, because maybe you might be able to just drop Odegaard in certain games and just against the low block teams, let him play 8.
He'd love that.
Let him play Rice beside him.
Like you, man.
Did you get it?
Yeah, you got sense, bro. Do you know what I hate when the people just talk about Odegaard like he's this.
Nah, because like Odegaard is
not that, man.
a great ball playing midfielder, and he can pick up passes a lot better probably from deeper. He's not necessarily the number 10 flicker over the top and outside of the through ball man kind of stuff, but him alongside someone, when they moan about Rice not being able to progress the ball, and everyone moans about him, and it's hyper. Like everyone thinks that like Rice can't pass, but he can. But at least if Odegaard drops in, it will take a lot more of the pressure off Rice.
I like Rice in the 8 though. I like Rice storming forward, running at that. That's Rice.
Why can't Odegaard go and do the same thing that Gravenberch done, where it's like you can be press resistant as a great player on the ball?
I don't think he's strong enough though.
I know he's not.
Weak,
no, I know he's not. But I'm just saying,
weak,
just picking his moments. Like the game flows loads of different ways throughout a game. So you can go and pick up the ball. Rice might be advanced a little bit more. Rice might go pick up the ball. He might be a bit advanced a bit more. So it's like, it's the balance. But the 10s for me, other than Bruno, like for you lot, like it's just been a shame that Man United have been so bad. But Bruno's...
He's done his job.
Yeah, he's done his job.
He's been phenomenal again this season.
Best player. All right, number 10. Well, I've got a 10.
Well,
you two have got 10, so you lot can have your lot.
No, I've not got a 10.
You got a 10.
I'm playing Gravenberch at 6. I'm playing an 8, and I'm playing Declan Rice. I've gone for Declan Rice.
Go for Rice.
I've got
So you got 3. So you got 3 going 3.
Yeah, I'm doing 4-3-3. No. My other midfield I've not mentioned yet. We're only on a second.
Gravenberch.
Yeah, and that's it. So
oh, you got Caicedo.
Yeah.
I thought you said Caicedo.
I didn't say Caicedo. I said I was going to pick Caicedo or McAllister.
Okay, cool.
Because I actually put a couple of men and took them out, but I've gone for Declan Rice. You know what? You see, when you lot signed Declan Rice, I was on his podcast and I said, everyone's talking about is he worth the money, this and that, and I said he is. And the reason why Declan Rice is worth the money is because you know what you're going to get every week. You know what you're going to get every game. You're never going to get a 4 or a 5 or a 6 out of 10. Never. Yeah. It's always going to be minimum 7, but on his good days, 8, 9 out of 10.
I got to counter that, and I'm Arsenal, man. Premier, I don't think he's been that outstanding.
But he's so important to you guys.
I know, but
you take Declan Rice out, you will fall apart.
More Partey, I'll say.
Yeah,
Partey's been brilliant this season.
Yeah, but again,
and nobody's not talking about Partey because he's just going under the radar, bossing it.
I appreciate
like the silent assassin. It's like Gabriel. Like sometimes the guys is actually doing the job.
Yeah,
people's not talking about.
But I appreciate what Partey's done on the pitch. I really, really do. I've watched him a lot. But I just, like, you know what it is? You see, like, you lot have got Caicedo. He covers so much ground. That's what Declan Rice does. Now it allows Partey to clean up in the right areas. You know what I mean? If you put Partey and Jorginho together, they'd struggle. If you put Declan Rice and Jorginho together, you'd still be solid. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I just feel like Rice knits it all together. He holds it together. And you know what? He's added a lot of assists this season as well to his game from corners. His delivery from set pieces.
I don't know if he makes team of the season.
Yeah,
because for me,
the thing is like I was looking at comparable stats today. I'm not a stats person because obviously Rice is clear of Enzo Fernandez, but Enzo was better at ball like recoveries than Declan Rice. And I was like, this is a bit weird. That don't make sense, but. Yeah, I'm also a big fan of Declan Rice. Like Declan Rice for me, he's the reason why they get to play a certain way. People fear him. Yeah. Like sometimes people just fear a certain player and not go near him because they're like, you know what? He's gonna clean up anyway. So we're just gonna try target somewhere else. So yeah, Declan obviously a massively important player. Does he get in team of the season? I don't know.
Okay, fair.
Guys, what do you think? I'm gonna.
Yeah. So who are you gone with?
What? I've done mine. I got Gravenberch Caicedo.
Oh, you got Gravenberch Caicedo. And who have you gone, Sean?
I had Caicedo McAllister.
Okay. So who's your number 10?
Cunha.
Oh, you got Cunha. Okay.
I hate Cunha.
What? You're mad.
I hate Cunha.
Right, let's have a look at Cunha's
stats. You know why?
He's got 15 goals, 7 assists.
Cunha's got great stats, but
he's been cold.
He dropped the worst performance I think I've ever seen from a player at the bridge. I said it on that game.
But that was one.
I know.
That was one game.
It's weird because I was like, that was probably one of the worst performances I've seen. But
he's been standout for.
Well, he's got 29 appearances, 15 goals, 6 assists.
Yeah, he's
been 7.
Oh,
yeah.
I think he's been
That's a
cold
good,
this
and it's for
season, man.
Wolves. No disrespect, but
Yeah,
it's for
I know,
Wolves.
I know.
They'll be battling relegation,
they
man.
ain't been good this year.
Yeah,
Not like
yeah.
that Wolves team where they've been.
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
No,
well.
that's a good shout, man.
In terms of
Good
carrying
shout.
them out of a relegation battle, then yeah, you're right.
He's been a baller.
Well,
man. I think
Cunha's one of the best players in the league, man. And he's one of the best players in the league.
He must be going Man United as well. I think he's gonna ball out for you. lot as well, man.
Mateos, yeah, he will. I think he
I think
will.
he's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
What you got? Who you got?
I've gone for Morgan Rogers.
Yeah,
As
good
my
shout.
Has better than Cunha though. Not this year.
Maybe
No
I
way.
wouldn't. I don't know if he's been better, but this is
Yeah.
Morgan Rogers' first full season in the Premier League.
enough.
33 appearances,
Yeah.
8 goals, 8 assists. He's had a really solid season. Now we know that Emery's a master tactician. He rotates his players a lot, but 2 of the players that play pretty much every game
Rogers,
are
yeah.
Tielemans and Rogers. There's a reason for
That's
that.
the conversation I had with a couple of my friends recently. I'm like, when you get a player that's actually performed in a position for a team and has done well, and yet someone has come in and been able to sit that person down,
Yeah.
how good is that player
Yeah,
coming
exactly.
in? Because with Jacob Ramsey, people were excited with Jacob
Yeah.
Ramsey when he was performing for Aston Villa last previous couple of seasons. So the fact that Morgan Rogers has come in and completely sat down Jacob Ramsey, I'm like, well,
He must be.
He's
a
got-
baller.
he's
he
got-
must be
doing
a
something,
baller.
yeah.
And throughout the whole last year and a bit, Morgan Rogers has
Yeah.
impressed me.
And I feel I don't know. I just feel. I mean, it was close. Obviously, there's like I said before, there's 5, 6. I mean, look, it's 3 positions. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
How many
yeah.
midfielders
What's
you
his
got? 3
stats this
positions.
year?
He's had 8
yeah,
goals, 8 assists.
Yeah, 8 goals, 8 assists in
8 goals,
33
8 assists.
in 33 games. Is it 33 games? Yeah, 33 appearances. Yeah,
Young player.
yeah.
He's
But
strong on the
remember,
ball
it's
as well,
not.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Very
not. It's
strong,
not just
yeah.
his goals and assists. It's how he affects the game.
Yeah.
yeah,
I love his attitude.
Yeah.
I love his attitude.
He's all action. man.
bullies players, man.
Yeah.
I think
He's
he's
tough.
bullying you lot. I think one of
Well,
the.
everyone bullies us.
I like him.
Who you got? Who you got?
I haven't got a 10.
Oh, you got.
I've got
Oh,
like a
yeah,
second
yeah.
striker-ish.
Okay, fair
so
enough.
go on. Who you got?
As my second striker?
Yeah.
Mbuemo.
Oh, good shout. Yeah,
He's
good
my.
shout.
I was gonna go like on the left with him.
Good
maybe.
shout.
Yeah, because people putting him out on the left, but I'm like, you can't shoehorn Mbuemo on the left because don't get me wrong, the left is a bit of a sketchy position this year for Team of the Year. So
I've got somebody on my left.
yeah, but
Nah,
yeah, I've got someone on my left as well, but
Yeah.
it just about gets in there. But
Yeah,
yeah,
Mbeumo's been brilliant this
and
year.
Mbuemo's been unbelievable this year. I
His
think he's
stats
got
have
like
been mad as
18
well.
goals,
Yeah.
6. He's got 26
midfield.
assists.
He's got
26
33 games, 18 goals, 6 assists.
Yeah, 24.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
18 and 6.
And do you know
like,
what?
it's crazy.
Have Brentford really felt Ivan Toney's absence? I wouldn't say
No,
so. Because
him and Visser
have been brilliant.
awesome.
have been
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Like you can't also discount the effectiveness of Visser this season.
Yeah.
Works his arse off
Yeah,
up front.
100%.
So for them two, but Mbuemo, he's been like this for years now, where he's just consistently
Yes, yeah.
putting up goals.
Numbers. You reckon they get a big move this year? Or will he stay?
And they talk about 50 million, aren't they?
To who? Who's to where?
He's being linked with us. Depending if we get Champions League football, he's being linked with us.
Oh, if you win.
If we win the Europa League,
Look
well,
better,
but
big
I don't think we'll get him. I don't think we'll get him.
Do you think it'd be a Liverpool kind of move?
Salah.
They got no striker, have they?
Salah's just I don't think he'll play for the middle. Salah's just signed a 2-year contract as well. I can't see them going for him. But
He's
he'd
gonna
be
wanna
the
start
perfect
as well.
Yeah,
replacement.
but if Jota, because like they're getting rid of Darwin,
Darwin's gone.
Jota might be. You never know.
I think they'll keep Jota for another season.
Jota's injury prone.
Yeah, he is,
Injured
but
I would
But
rather, if you were given the option to swap Jota with Mbuemo, would you? I would.
Yeah, 100%.
Because then they haven't got.
On paper, you would, but I think that the way that they play is because Jota plays more through the middle, whereas
Yeah.
Mbeumo does prefer to play because it's not like Liverpool play with split
they
strikers.
they play with split strikers, innit? So it would be a bit of a different role for Mbuemo
Yeah.
still, but it's just whoever they.
But we
are
never know,
Liverpool
man.
linked to?
You know,
Do you get it?
the other thing I would say is as well, I feel like Liverpool need. They're getting a goalkeeper this summer. That Mamadashvili, he's coming in.
He's been. Has he
they're gonna
been?
get-
Has he not been
They've
there?
signed him already.
Okay,
yeah, he was on loan at
They're going to get
Valencia.
a right back.
They'll get a left back. They'll probably have to get a right back, and I think they'll get another midfielder as well. So I feel like
They
they've
need a
got other
forward as well,
priority
though.
positions at the moment. Yeah, but Isak, we're hearing Isak as well. If they sell,
His name floats around still.
Yeah.
I know you want him at Arsenal.
I know.
but-
I'm happy with Gyökeres, to be honest with you.
yeah, Gyökeres would be excellent for
I'm happy
Arsenal.
with him, man.
Okay, so you're going to Mbeumo, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. What are you saying?
I got Cunha already. I told you.
Oh, you got Cunha. Okay, I'm going obviously 4-3-3. So I've gone with
You had Rice, Gravenberch, and
Rogers.
Rogers.
So my front three, the first name I'm going to say is obviously Alexander Isak.
so you're going with the striker for.
I'm going.
Yep.
Do you know what? I'm going.
Oh, so you're putting him off.
I'm
you're not doing tactical
I'm
stuff.
shoehorning him in the left.
He's
Why is he in the left?
Which one is he? Which one is it?
I got him in the left as well.
I need the bomb.
Listen,
clock.
look.
You gotta
I had
get him
to,
in
man.
there,
I had
bro.
to. I had to get him in there, man. And
yeah.
31 games,
This is the
22
FIFA.
goals, 6 assists. Listen, I had
He
to,
can play
man.
on the left.
I had to. Yeah,
He can play on the
he
left,
pulls
bro.
out on the left as well.
All
But
right.
anyway, I've gone for Alexander Isak. for obvious reasons. I'm not going to get into it too much.
Yeah.
You just have to, but it will maybe make a little bit more sense in a bit.
All right, on the left, I got Isaac as well. You have to, bro.
You lot are stinky. But
You have to get him in the squad. Bro.
nah, I
You have
can't.
to, man.
It's some players I can shoehorn, but like when you've played every game up front this season, I can't.
Yeah.
Like their left wingers have been Anthony Gordon or Harvey Barnes.
This is team of the season, bruv.
I know,
You gotta
I
make
know,
it work.
but it's like it's like me putting Saka on the left wing.
Yeah,
like
if it works, it works, bro.
But now I'm gonna go Luis Diaz.
The left?
I think because I think when you're looking at the left wingers this season, Anthony Gordon's not really played a full season. Harvey Barnes has come and done excellent for Newcastle. Chelsea have got nothing existent there. Arsenal, obviously, you lot don't like Smellinelli.
Nah.
So it's like there's a lot of players in that left wing position. If you look outside the top six, I'm like, who are you really going to put? Hudson Odoi he's not
In and
been
out,
that
innit?
great.
Elanga in and out.
Yeah,
Diaz, he started off well.
So Diaz
But I
got-
feel like he
finishing off all
declined.
right.
He had a little decline mid-season. Things
He's-
like January times, he had a mad decline.
he's got good numbers still.
Yeah, he has 33 appearances, 12 goals, 5 assists.
17
Diaz.
years is quite good.
It's a good record.
It's
Yeah,
a
he's
good
had a very good season, Diaz.
He started off
Yeah, he
lively.
did.
Yeah. It's just it's such a weird. Like that's why I said it's probably one of the sketchiest positions of the season.
Nobody's been ready
The
to
fact
stand
that
up.
you lot had to shoehorn a striker left wing,
Yeah, it shows you, innit?
it shows you.
But do you know what? I think you'd have been better playing Cunha there.
Nah, I wanted him in
Because he
the
can
10.
play from the left as
I
well.
wanted him in the 10.
Fair enough.
For me, he's been brilliant.
Yeah.
But, up
Right.
front, I got Chris Wood.
Oh yeah.
You have to, man.
Chris Wood.
We've got the same front
Specs
three.
would love you with that one. There.
We got the same front three.
Yeah.
Shout, he loves,
He
man.
loves Chris Wood. Pause.
He's been screaming about.
Yeah.
Chris Wood. What's he got? 19 goals, 5 assists. Stand out for Nottingham Forest. He's one of their main reasons.
Yeah,
why they're
he's
better
had a
than
solid
Peter,
season, man, Chris Wood.
Yeah.
Again, and like you, so I'm the same as you, man. I've got Chris Wood up there. I had to get him in
Oh,
there.
that's good. That's good.
You ain't got him. You got
I got
Isak,
Isak,
haven't
yeah.
you? Yeah.
Okay, cool, fair enough. He did want it.
You have to have it. I'm not doing the shoehorn thing still. But no, but like Chris Wood is one of the ones that I was going to say second. He for me is second in the striker position. For
He's
me,
got 2
like,
hat-tricks this season as well.
Yeah, like
been balling.
he's been massively effective for Nottingham Forest
yeah.
up front. So
Big
yeah,
time.
Any
even
honourable-
Awoniyi was like a person that was really on the cusp of
Yeah.
getting the
He was highly
starts ahead of
rated, yeah.
Chris Wood, to be honest. So for Chris Wood to come in and just sit him down, he's done really well.
Any honourable mentions, guys? Apart from Isaac, Haaland dead this year. He's
Haaland's
still
dead, yeah.
put up numbers.
He's still like highest top scorer or something, isn't he?
There's not
I
really
don't know, man.
Garnacho?
Nah.
No, do you know what? Do you know that a good season? And I would have loved to have put him in as a Man United fan, obviously. But he got injured, man. He got injured for a couple of months. Amad Diallo. He was brilliant this
He wasn't
season.
right.
What, and just to be anywhere?
Just play him anywhere. Shoehorn it.
How old is he? Young player.
He's 22.
It's funny you
Oh,
say
it's definitely
Cunha,
funny,
but like I think Strand Larsen has done all right as well this season.
Yeah,
He's been all right
he's
for
been
them.
good.
Especially
He's
second
been
half of the season.
Yeah, he's been all right towards the
Cunha's
end.
been
second half of the
standout though.
season.
He saw
Yeah,
some
obviously
bangers
Wissa-
as well, bro.
You got Wisser as well, so
Wisser's
obviously Wisser's a
honourable
mention.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's a few in there.
Alright, cool. Right wing, obviously, I think everybody's got the
Yeah,
same.
everyone. We have to have the same, surely.
Yeah, of
Salah,
course.
he's the man. What's he got? 40
So
Yeah.
Salah's got.
together, 28 goals, 18 assists.
Crazy
Yeah.
this year. It's
yeah.
mental this year. He's undeniable this year.
The most obvious player of the season, I think.
Do you reckon
Yeah.
he has to win, innit?
Yeah,
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Who's up for the Ballon d'Or? Is he gonna get?
He won't be up for
Nah,
that.
I can't
Champions
Champions
League,
League winner.
Yeah, you got
So
all the Champions
Lamar.
Lamine Yamal, potentially
Rafinha.
Rafinha. Who else have you
Declan
got?
Rice went up a couple of places after the 3 points. He literally did
I don't
as
know
well.
if they want to ever give a Ballon d'Or to a DM ever again after the
Oh,
last
man.
one, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's I don't know, like Ballon d'Or. Who could you even really give it to? And
It's been
PSG,
dead, innit?
Inter. I wouldn't have had anyone from Inter Milan.
Dembele.
PSG, Dembele maybe.
I don't know if he's been.
He was cold in the group stages. Very good in the group stages. It's been all right, but Desiree Doué and Kvaratskhelia have also been massively for them.
But Kvara only joined him in January, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what
the
I'm
only
saying. So it's
difference,
like, it's I'm not too sure about Ballon d'Or this year. Maybe Mo Salah might be able to. I don't know.
I don't think he's gonna win
It's a Champions League winner, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's always going to be a
it's-
Champions League. It's probably
yeah.
going to be Lamine Yamal if Barcelona win it.
Yeah.
All right, mate. We're in it, mate.
I know you're in there. What do you think? Bukayo Saka's going to get it, yeah?
But you know what, Pete? See,
Hopefully.
you know what? You lot laughed at me. So, all right, let me ask you a question, yeah? So these guys laughed at me a few months back when I turned around and I said Man United won the treble in '99, and
David Beckham.
Beck should have got the Ballon d'Or. Beck's
Oh,
Dwight
Rivaldo.
York. Rivaldo got it, and I get it, but Deportivo won the league that year. Barcelona went out of the Champions League in the group stage. They were in our group, by the way. Surely the Ballon d'Or winner, Man United won a treble, man. And we won I mean, look at the teams that we played as well.
Look, David Beckham over
Inter Milan,
Rivaldo,
Juventus.
That's mental.
What's that?
David Beckham over Rivaldo is mental.
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, but you're misunderstanding. It's not about the ability of the player. I know how special Rivaldo is. He was one of my favourite players growing up. But it's the Ballon. Not only have you won a Champions League, you've won a domestic and you've won a domestic trophy as well. Any other, I mean, how did Rodri win the Ballon d'Or? Okay, we know how good Rodri is, but if they didn't win the Champions League, he wouldn't have won the Ballon d'Or.
I think the semi-final final will decide an individual player's performance to be able to win the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah,
because when you're not in a international tournament phase of a year, it will always go towards someone who's probably either won a league and won the Euros, or won the World Cup, or won the South Copa America if they have to play over there. So for me, last 2-3 games of the semi-final legs and the final, if Lamine Yamal balls out, he'll win it.
Yeah,
Rafinha balls out, he'll win it.
Saka,
you never know, like flipping out. Like,
I reckon
who
Barcelona's
knows?
gonna win it, though. You know, I reckon Barcelona will win the Champions League, man.
I think the Inter game's going to be so interesting.
Yeah.
Two different styles.
I've got money on Inter.
Oh, it's
They're
going
my
to be a
dark
tasty
horses, man.
fixture. I think it's a tasty fixture, to be honest.
It is. Right, so what are you thinking? Manager of the season? Or
Young player.
should we do that lot? Yeah, the young player.
Young player, quickly. I got Morgan
go first.
Rogers.
I was so close to picking Morgan Rogers.
He has to be.
I think he's the clear and obvious young player of the year, because I think like the other youngsters that have, like Lewis Skelly got in too late.
That's why.
If he was there early,
next season, if he
100%.
bosses, if he plays the whole season, that's what he's done.
I actually had Lewis Skelly at left back first of all, and then I was like, no, he's not made enough appearances.
And remember, he came in because injuries and whatnot.
I've gone Gravenberch for young player of the year for the reasons that I mentioned. 22, same age as Morgan Rogers.
No, he's young. No, you can be 22.
22,
23.
23.
Even Morgan Rogers is 22.
Oh, he's 22 and younger. 22 and younger.
I think he's 23.
I think he was 23, bro.
Yeah,
And you could be 24.
Yeah.
Oh,
At the time of the season.
Yeah,
as long as you're
exactly,
23,
When
like
the season starts.
it's mad.
Which I don't agree with, by the way. I think it should be 21 and under.
Yeah.
I've always
So
thought.
Gravenberch is, I didn't know Gravenberch is in
Yeah,
there.
but that's what I'm saying. He's 22, and like I said before, he's ever present. The whole yellow card thing, the way he's just held Liverpool's midfield together. And if you look, Jurgen Klopp brought in Endo last season. He actually had a decent season for Liverpool last season. But like you're saying, Gravenberch just sat him down in the league this season. Endo literally comes on 5-10 minutes to play as a centre-back, you know what I mean, to see out a game, and that's it. And to be fair, Gravenberch has even filled in at centre-back for a few minutes here and there for Liverpool when they're either chasing a game or when they're trying to see out a game. So, that's why I've gone with him. But I actually had Morgan Rogers there as well. You know what? The whole yellow card thing, actually, sorry, I wanted to give you some stats. The reason why I mentioned that is because, in comparison, Lukic for Fulham has got 12 bookings in 27 games. Will Hughes has got 11 bookings in 29 games. Caicedo, 10 in 34 appearances. Ugarte. Keep that in.
That's a blooper. Dodgy bottles, bro.
You're not selling the bottles well, are you?
That's a good market.
It's not good market.
Ugarte's got nine bookings in 26. Ryan
a
Yates,
blooper, right
9 in 30. Gay, 8 in 33. So all of these players that play that position have got a lot more bookings than him. And when you consider his age and he's learning that position, first season he's playing in it, he's handled it well, man.
Yeah, he's done well.
Yeah. So that's why I've gone with him.
I forgot water over my beard.
This guy, man.
A lot of the players, a lot of the performing players this year have been 25, 26-year-olds. So it's like looking at the 22-year-olds, 21-year-olds, 23-year-olds. It's been a bit hard to look at them. So Lewis Skelly's super young. 1 year he never got enough of the time. I think towards the end of the back.
I think Skelly's an honourable mention, even though he started late. He's busted.
No,
shown
he's
well.
been quality.
But then that's what I'm saying. It's the centre backs at Bournemouth, or even the fullbacks. So if you can have Kirkes, Hoyson, Zabani, all of these guys would have been put forward for a young player performance of the season. So, but for me, Morgan Rogers, he looks like a grown man running that team.
Yeah.
Like that when Watkins, that little video of Watkins when he's trying to say to him at halftime, "Come on."
Yeah, and he's looking
looked at him and
Shut up.
Shut up.
No disrespect to Watkins. Shout out Watkins, though.
No, but you know what I mean. Like I like that attitude. It's like I'm gonna pick myself up for this match. Don't worry about me. Like, do you know what I mean? So, like his attitude.
Right, we'll go next. Manager.
Surely we've all got the same manager.
Yeah.
Right. Who have you? I feel like he's got someone different.
No. I've got a manager in there. He's obviously overachieved massively with their team and he's played well. But Nuno Espirito.
Yeah.
Santos is
gotta be.
definitely got to be manager of the year.
I was about to say Wolves manager. He's not, is he?
Nah,
He's
not
not
Forest, yeah. But like, there's been a
Forest,
couple managers in there that I think have done well towards the back end of seasons, and I think Glasner's done well. But yeah,
it's got to be Nuno.
Nuno has to be. Yeah.
They've just. I mean, like I said earlier, finished 17th last season. A lot of people had them to go down this season. The one thing I like about Forest is they're working out. I mentioned this before as well. They're working with players who weren't necessarily first choice at their previous clubs. Elanga as an example, Nico Williams as an example. Chris Wood was he was first choice for Burnley, but then when they got relegated, not a lot of clubs wanted him. Elliot Anderson, Hudson-Odoi as well. So and he's picked these players up and he's took them to another level, and you've got to respect it. I mean, they were unlucky against. Did you watch the FA Cup semi-final?
Yeah.
3-4 times they hit the woodwork.
No, I wanted him to go through.
Of course,
as well.
yeah, of course. So did I, man.
You got Emery as well. Emery has been formidable at home. I don't think Aston Villa have dropped the game at home for a very long time until they come up against Newcastle. So.
The other one I wanted to... You've gone for Nuno as well.
Yeah, for Nuno,
The other one, do you know what? To be fair, I wanted to shout out Omar, man, because you're right about this one. I think we should give a special mention to Eddie Howe as well.
Oh, yeah, of
Newcastle
course.
are looking like they're going to push Champions League again. They've had a few injuries this season, but they've managed to stay up there, and he's won them the first trophy in 70-odd years.
I thought they was going to do better this season, though. Like they've
won a trophy though.
They've had those moments where they didn't.
Not having Fabian Schär for the whole Sven Botman for the whole for the whole of the season almost.
And
like
Pope was injured as well for a while.
Yeah, like they've had to have a mixture of Dan Burn playing centre half sometimes. Then you have to go out left back, and then the fall of Lewis Hall. Do you know what I mean? And then they've had to play Livramento left back from right back, brought back Trippier into right back. So they've had to have a makeshift back line throughout the majority of that season, and Bruno G has obviously performed well this year. Like that's another like in the midfield in terms of the team. Bruno G,
Murphy.
And Jacob Murphy. Not even. I don't even know why we didn't even talk about Jacob Murphy. Jacob Murphy's been immense.
I
think he's had like 11 goals.
It's been immense.
11 goals, 8 assists or something like that. Right? So he's been great.
I don't know. Not
but
even Tonali was suspended the first half of the season.
Some of my mates were putting Tonali in team of the season. So for the fact that they were even shoehorning like Tonali in the team of the season, I was like, that's how good that Eddie Howe's got this team.
Yeah, they are.
Look forward to see them next year. Hopefully, Isaac. I want him to stay there, though, man. I want these teams to build on what they've got.
League, he might. If they get Champions League, he might. But guys, we have to. I mean, as much as it kills me to say, obviously Liverpool won a league, so we've got to mention Arne Slot as well because he's had a fantastic season. Yes, he had Jurgen Klopp's.
He's inherited.
He has.
Not much he's had to do. Really.
But you say that he's still got. He's winning.
Still
the league
putting Gravenberch in the six to do what he had to do by himself is still.
Got Trent more. Playing the better defensively.
But Trent was injured quite a few games.
No, what I'm saying is he's better defensively a bit. He hasn't been so. Some moments, but he's been
But that's
better.
because their football's a bit slower. So he's not having to get up and down and bomb forward and then try and track back against fast wingers.
Also dealing with just the contract running down of the issues with Van Dijk. Van Dijk was linked. Trent obviously was linked, and Mo Salah was linked. Like all of them leaving towards the end of the season to galvanise that kind of speculation over their players to get them over the line so comfortably.
He's handled the media well.
He's done a great job.
Yeah, so we got I mean, but it's got to be Nuno.
Yeah, I'd still go Nuno. I'd say. Yeah, it's going to be massively important towards the end of the season now that they look like they're struggling towards the end of the season now. But that's what I'm saying because I feel like the games between Chelsea, Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, they're going to be so decisive in who finishes in that top 5
You guys have got
space.
a tough run.
Yeah, of course.
That's what we're gonna jump into. Who gets top 4?
Wait, player of the season. It's Salah, isn't it?
Yeah, we know.
Salah. It's not even top 4, it's top 5.
Top 5, yeah.
Okay, cool. Who gets top 5? What's the list?
All right, so
what's the points?
I'll tell you right now. So there's between 3rd, which is Newcastle, and 7th, which is Aston Villa.
Newcastle's 3rd now.
Yeah, there's 5 points separating them, and Forest have got a game in hand. If Forest win the game in hand, they climb back into 3rd. Yeah, and that's against Brentford.
Let me see. Get the fixtures.
Brentford at home. On Thursday, I believe. So, but if you're looking at Chelsea's fixtures,
we got to play Liverpool.
I think you should.
You might be.
You never know who they play, and they might still be on
the recovery and everything.
So you got Liverpool this Sunday,
and then we got Man United who are playing their youth team basically, and the old age.
So guaranteed 3 points for United then.
So should be, but then again we don't play well, and a lot of people don't think we play well at the moment.
But you got Newcastle away before United.
Newcastle and Forest. Them 2 games
away.
for me are decisive of what we finish.
Yeah.
Newcastle, Forest, I think, obviously, depending on their other fixtures, is.
Everybody's got hard games. Newcastle's got Brighton away this Sunday. That's not.
I think Newcastle and City, for me, are guaranteed top 4.
You reckon?
I think Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, Newcastle, for me, they're guaranteed.
Newcastle got Brighton away next, which is a tough game. Obviously, they play Chelsea at home after that, so that's
Forest have got Crystal Palace away. That's a tricky game as well.
Newcastle have got Arsenal away after that as well. So now it depends what you lot do in the Champions League.
We're not really playing for anything.
Yeah, but if you lot make it to the Champions League, then you might rest a couple of players for that game because you'll be guaranteed.
Man City look comfortable because they got some quite easy fixtures, so I don't think Man City is questionable.
No, I think City will get top 4. Now they will.
I think 3 of them are almost guaranteed.
So Wolves at home, Southampton away. They'll win both of them. Then they got Palace away, which sorry, that's FA Cup. Sorry,
They've got Bournemouth away.
They've got Bournemouth home,
Yeah.
and then Fulham away.
They'll get 6. They'll get at least
7, at least
8-9 points, I'd say, out of them 4 games.
I think that'll be enough for them.
That's enough for them.
Or will it be?
Because we got to play each other. Chelsea, Newcastle, they're all going to be taking points of each other. That they're the games that are important for me. I don't think Aston Villa can do it. I think Aston Villa got a tricky run as it is anyway.
Arsenal safe, yeah?
Yeah, Arsenal safe, and I think City are safe. I'm not even looking at City. I think City are much more of a guarantee than even
Villa's got a tricky run, right? They've got Fulham at home on Saturday.
That's
then
tough.
they've got
Bournemouth away.
Yeah,
Then
Bournemouth
they've got
away. That's
Spurs at home, and then they've got
Spurs
United
Spurs.
away.
Yeah, they've got a couple tricky fixtures in there still.
But the problem with Villa is they're 3 points behind Forest already. And Forest, like I said, Forest and Chelsea, but Forest
have only got this to play for now as well.
Yeah, they have.
It's going to be a good couple games towards the end of the season still.
Top 4,
We've got them last game of the season, so what?
Who you got last game?
Nottingham Forest.
It's going to be between you lot.
So that's a
Is it Forest
game.
or is it United that you've got?
No, we got.
Has it been rearranged?
No, we got
Forest
Forest.
Chelsea last game.
So you're Chelsea. So I was thinking of Villa. Sorry.
Yeah,
that's going to be like it must be you lot to get.
Well, I hope we're still in it by that day, but it's like the drop points to Ipswich were massive for me. I think.
Yeah, that was bad.
I think that turned. From what I think we're probably going to get from the last 4 games, going into the last 3 games, going into that last game, is I think that if we got to that, I think if we beat Ipswich, it would have been that we don't need to lose to Nottingham Forest on the last day.
Yeah.
Now I feel like we're going to have to win at Forest on the last day to get Champions League. That's what I think.
But what if they drop points?
I'm hoping they do. I'm hoping they do. But
that's what they got
from
to play
my
for
points, from what I think we're going to get, they might drop points, but I also think we are dropping points.
Yeah,
so it is going to be a battle. So
it's interesting, man.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Looking forward to it. Next couple of weeks and Champions League tomorrow.
I know.
Come on, you Gunners!
I've told you, I've told you multiple times. I've told multiple Arsenal fans multiple times that they have definitely got a massive shout for the Champions League from ages ago.
They have to.
When everyone was talking about the Real Madrid game, I'm like, mate, that is the worst fixture probably Real Madrid even want to have.
Do you remember I said to you? I said Atletico would have been tougher for them because of the way they play.
Yeah, 100%.
Atletico would have troubled Arsenal a lot.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Score prediction. Quick. Obviously, this will be out after, but fine.
I'm probably going for like a. I'll go for a 2-1 Arsenal win at home.
I'd say that as well.
2-1
Arsenal,
win?
Yeah, I hope you can win 2-1.
I'm getting 3-1 Arsenal.
Oh, 3-1's massive.
Yeah, that would be to be fair.
But I think more realistic is probably going to be 1-1. But I think Arsenal do have the ability to be able to win at home 2-1. I know this is what I'm saying is.
You know, the only thing I'll say to you is I don't think it matters that much that you're playing home or away. I think you can get a result away. You've proved that at Real Madrid. That's the only thing I'll say to you about this Arsenal team.
It's our defence, though.
Yeah, exactly.
If we can get a good win at home, and you just got to keep their wingers quiet. Keep their wingers quiet.
Who you got on the weekend?
I don't know.
Desiree Doué is obviously going to be on Timber, so that's a great matchup to watch. Kvara's going to probably play down the middle.
You think so?
And Dembele.
You got Bournemouth at home.
On the right.
You got Bournemouth at home. So Bournemouth are you're gonna have to rest players against that because Bournemouth are a tough team to play against, man.
Sod it. Just
Yeah,
play anyone.
just play,
I play everybody. I'm not playing them.
Yeah.
Especially if it's tight in the first.
Lewis Skelly,
regardless of
I
what
think that winger battles, Lewis Skelly against Dembele and Desiree Doué against.
I think Skelly will have him up.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah, it's
going to be good. And then Kvaratskhelia is going to be
I'm looking forward to it. Do you know what I'm looking forward to? Like, no one's even talking about it. Saka against Nuno Mendes.
Yeah.
Because
he's a lot of people.
Do you see what he done to Salah?
Yeah.
What a player. So that is going to be one hell of a battle, man. One hell of a battle. So I'm really looking forward to that, man.
I should be going, man. I'm flipping.
Not got a ticket.
No, we're out. But I know we got to wrap it up. Time.
Yes.
All right, guys. That was the On The Bench podcast. I didn't even introduce you today. Oh,
No, you did.
I did it, yeah, sorry, I forgot I didn't. Right, that's On The Bench podcast, episode 50, team of the season. Hope you guys like it. Like, subscribe, comment. Sean's gonna plug your socials. Are you social now?
I'm gonna be like, well, I've got a few things that I'm working on, sorting out for the probably foreseeable future of working with certain brands.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be probably doing a lot more content next season. Most probably on the betting sides of things, matchups. There's a few things that I might be doing. So yeah, gonna be uploading a lot more next season. So Suga Shaun on YouTube, get in early, subscribe early, and I'm on. I feature on a lot of things now and again, like the club. From my left, I get appearances here. I get appearances. So I'm just floating. Yeah, I'm outside.
He's with John Terry the other day, anyway.
Yeah, John Terry video. It was a good video. Like I was surprised by that. It wasn't a paid job because it was from a production guy that I know.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, do you want to do a shoot with Chelsea?" He's not paid, but I was like, "Yeah, if it's for Chelsea, I'll do it." So then seeing that surprise of John Terry come out from the back,
you didn't even know.
I didn't know on the day. Yeah, I didn't know. So that's why my face was so
Was that the
surprised.
first time you met him, yeah?
Yeah, that's the first time surprised. And that was for me. That was like Frank, him, Drogba, Zola, they're my kind of guys that I would have looked at in awe. So when you see my reaction, it's all over every advert. It's been popping up on YouTube adverts. It's in the algorithm at the moment. So everyone's telling me, "Oh, I see you in the John Terry thing." And I was like, "Yeah," but it was crazy.
That's crazy. You
Check it out, guys.
Yeah, Betway.
All right, cool, sick. All right, guys, like, subscribe, comment. All of that stuff, and we'll be back next week. Also, let us know what you think about who's got the best team of the season.
What's your team of the
Definitely
season?
mine.
What's your
Yeah.
team? Whatever, get out of it.